Hello, everyone. Oh, I love this reception. Great. You all look so beautiful. It's a pleasure to stand in front of you today. So for most of my work as a medical student, I spend most of my time asking other people to tell me their stories. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how stories can help us in navigating difficult times. But before we get into all of that, I thought it would only be fair that I share a little bit of my story with you. In 2016, I graduated from high school with my dual degree, my high school diploma, and my Associates of Art from the GW University in DC. Later that year, I had the opportunity to matriculate into a small liberal arts college in Cambridge, Massachusetts, that most people formerly know as Harvard. That was a critical point in our time, both on campus and as a society. When I came to campus, we were in the midst of a dining hall worker strike. And instead of gaining the freshman 15, I lost the freshman 20. That was also the time when Trump was first elected, and the number of hate crimes began to rise on campus. In 2017, I had the opportunity to publish a collection of my work as a poet that reflected on my experiences as a young Black woman living in America. In 2019, I was asked to join a task force that was assembled after a young Black international student was brutalized on campus in the midst of a mental health crisis by the local PD. In 2020, I took a huge risk, especially during the season of asking for recommendation letters for medical school, and I decided to go on strike as a student educator to protest for better sexual assault and harassment protections from our university. And I think I failed to mention that this was happening right around the time that this deadly novel virus was kind of like ravaging the place. There's a lot going on. In 2022, Roe v. Wade was overturned, putting the state of reproductive rights and healthcare in a precarious situation. In 2023, I fell in love with the field of family medicine in a very quiet rural clinic in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And today, in 2024, I stand in front of you offering this talk. In preparing for this conversation, I noticed a theme that came up in my story, in the stories of my patients, and the stories of all of the people around me. There was a common question. Why do we keep going? In the face of so many obstacles, layoffs, losing our jobs, losing our parents, health issues, political issues, socioeconomic crises, war, famine, what is keeping us going when everything is telling us that we should run far away? So, being the scientist that I am, I decided to run a little social experiment. I decided to host a series of writing workshops for healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers alike. I turned to what has always been my source of peace, poetry, to help me ground these workshops. I found a poem by a phenomenal and brilliant Black woman poet, Margaret Walker. The poem is entitled For My People. And in that poem, she said, "Let there be a beauty of healing and a strength of final clenching serve as a pulsing in our spirits and our blood. Let there be a beauty of healing and a strength of final clenching that serve as the pulsing in our spirits and our blood." So in this workshop, I asked all of my peers this question. What's the pulsing in your spirit and your blood? Now, in my work as a healthcare worker, I was expecting people to talk about the novelty of COVID, the challenges that come maybe with being a caregiver or navigating the healthcare system. But I noticed something very peculiar. Not a single person talked about their experiences in the hospital. Everyone decided to talk about small, quiet moments within their lives that they felt were critical in keeping them looking ahead. And so I asked myself, I said, okay, it sounds like stories are what's keeping us going, but it can't just be the story. Like, how is it doing that? And so in the series of workshops, I learned 3 things. Number 1, storytelling allows us to enter into a space of freedom, to enter into a space of radical openness. Bell Hooks has an article entitled Choosing the Margins as a Radical Space for Openness. It states that sometimes as individuals, we may operate and exist in the fringe parts of society. We may not be fully understood. We may not have all of the resources that we need. But in these spaces, we have the opportunity to grow, to expand, and to create the present and the future that we want to see. And that's what I noticed in these writing workshops. Every single person that showed up brought their full selves. They didn't write to speak to their oppressor. They didn't write to speak to any of the systems that were working against them. They wrote for themselves, and they invited me to hear a little bit more about it. And in that, it revealed to them some of the key reasons that they've kept going in spite of all that they've endured and had to overcome. The second thing that I learned is that as much as storytelling is our power, it's also listening that's our power as well. Within these workshops, we had the opportunity to embody the principles of Audre Lorde and several other scholars in thinking about the transformation of silence and trans-rhetorical listening. What does it mean when we go from a space where it is speaker talking at an audience to a person speaking with another person? What does it mean when we allow ourselves to transfer bits and pieces of ourselves and our stories and each other? What does that look like? It looks like an opportunity for us to uncover our resilience in the face of the storms, to see each other for who we are and to remind each other, even when it gets hard, that we've overcome some incredible battles. 3, the last and final thing that I learned is that storytelling, especially in challenging times, gives us the opportunity to be hopeful about the future. It's so challenging when you are experiencing a tragedy, a war, a genocide, a pain, a struggle, to imagine a better and brighter future. But when you're able to tell your story and share with other people, you're able to see not only where you came from, but where you are and where you can go. And every single person in those writing workshops told me, I didn't even remember making it through this. It was only now when I took the time to share with you that I was able to reflect and say, oh my goodness, I've been through the storm and I know I can do it again. And I can come out even better and I can bring other people with me. So, after conducting this social experiment, I invite us to go back to the original question that I posed to the entire class in these workshops. What is the pulsing in our blood, in our spirits? For me, the pulsing in my blood and my spirit is my undying love and belief in the power and healing of humanity. It drives every single project, every single thing that I do, even this moment right now, is rooted in that pulsing that is beating within me. I am encouraging you, I'm asking you, I'm inviting you. Take the time to speak and connect with someone, maybe even here today, that you don't know. Share your story with them. Listen to their story. And imagine what your future can look like. Imagine the world that we can offer to generations to come. Because the world that we are occupying right now and the society that we are existing in right now needs it. And we need you to uncover your resilience so that we can get through the dark to get to the light. The world is ready for your story, and so am I. Thank you so much.